David was fingering Madison in the car on the way to the warehouse. That's why he kept trying to shake Alan's hand. Violence, season 18, episode 18. Let's get into it. I'm chilling, baby, cold in the bitch. I was tripping for a minute, now I'm over the shit. Life goes like goes, keep those in the pic. I stay on that slick shit like a rose on the leave it froze like a glitch, blowing smoke out my lips, laid back like relaxing the fro of a pimp. 6'3", big feet, something known for my length, gone strong, off strength, homegrown, oak cliff slide, but I won't slip.
You said he's not my man. He'll never be my man. Okay. Regardless of the fact that David and I were probably going to end in divorce.
Oh, so that's what you said to the ladies off camera, Michelle? She didn't deny it. Honestly, this little sparring match between these two was kind of pathetic. Madison, like David, doesn't have the wit to go bar for bar with her opponent. And Michelle's silly ass is sitting here fighting for victimhood when she should really just be unbothered. All this ridiculous back and forth really served to do was distract from the actual drama that was taking place in this scene.
I know. Do you? I'm just gonna do you. See you later, man. Take it easy.
I don't think y'all understand how violent that was. Like, the level of violation. David is low-key picking on Alan at this point. All right, this man clearly doesn't want you to touch him, and you tap him on the shoulder. This wasn't an innocent tap. This was a, yeah, whatever, puss-ass nigga, I'm gonna touch you anyway, and you ain't gonna do shit about it, just like I touched your bitch. This was a violation. And Alan would have been well within his rights to swing on David right there. He would have had a case, too. I told the man not to touch me, he touched me, so my knuckle touched his eye. Alan, come on, dog, what the fuck? You can't let this man have his way with your wife and you. Production and Juan would have broke it up real quick, so it ain't like he would have had a whole lot of time to get you back either. That was your chance to get a lick off, Alan. You missed it, dog. And it's not like we didn't already know that David had no respect for Alan, but damn, bro. I mean, we saw later when Alan was talking to Juan about all the freaky shit he been getting into with all the women he's meeting online. You know, dressing up in latex and sticking his dick through the hole and shit. He said he can't fake being a tough guy. He's not gonna walk around with false bravado, and I get it. But sometimes it's not about whether you can win or lose. Just the fact that you fought. Okay, moving past this argument, because believe it or not, this was not the most unhinged scene in this episode. As is our custom, we'll get the boring people out of the way first. There's not much to talk about between Juan and Carla. I will say that Juan should be grateful for Carla's easygoing disposition, because a more dramatic woman could have easily made him a villain this season. Not much to say about Thomas and Camille either, other than me finding his transformation absolutely hilarious. She really got bro looking like a whole new nigga. Put a part in his head, earrings that never come out, and it's perfect for both of them, because while she raises his profile, he accepts her goofy. This is probably the first time Camille's ever been cooler than the nigga she's with, and that's exactly what she needs, because I personally don't know a nigga who wouldn't cheat on her. David and Madison. It's clear to me that the characteristic that these two share the most is stupidity. They go to the tattoo parlor so David can cover up the tattoo of his ex's name that was on his chest. And I thought it was very brave and body positive of him to have his titties out on camera. Really, everything was fine until I saw what he got. So instead of covering up her name with a whole new concept, he decides on the concept that refers to the name. A hand holding a can of spray paint, painting over the name, and you can still see the name under the squiggly lines. This is one of the dumbest tattoos I've ever seen. The fact that the hand is spraying over the name references the name. Whatever, at least they admitted that they fucking in this episode, and nobody believes that they just started. We got a whole lot of David and Madison last night, and I'm not mad at it because they may be the happiest couple. We also see Madison feel her father in on all the mess, and it's clear to see why she is the way she is.
Started getting a connection with another one of the husbands in the group, David.
Wow.
That wow was weighted to me, you know, as if to say, this is surprising, even for you. He knows his daughter.
I obviously know that there's a lot I could have done differently and better, and maybe
Matt, you're really beating yourself up, and I don't think you need to. It might not be the guy you married. It might be the guy someone else married. Heart wants what the heart wants, right? You can't control that. Do it. Why not?
Yeah, just do whatever you want, Madison. Fuck it. Her daddy ain't shit. Yeah, I get that she's an adult and scolding her wouldn't have changed anything, but as a father, it's still your responsibility to at least provide wise counsel. And if this is her counselor, it's easy to see why she is the way she is. Okay, now to the real story of this episode. I have not been reviewing this entire season, and the couple of episodes I did were mainly focused on the David, Michelle, Madison, Allen situation. So I haven't talked a whole lot about Emem. And that's probably a good thing because I'm not a fan. Something about her just always seemed a bit off to me. Whether it's the fact that she and Thomas had the same mouth or that she always looked like she about to tell somebody to put that down. I couldn't do it. She gives me mean auntie energy. Like nothing seductive or sensual about her. Even some of her wardrobe choices. Like for instance, I think it was when they went to go have ice cream, her and Ikechi, and she showed up with these big ass shoulder pads on. Before I go any further, I know women don't give a fuck what men think about what y'all wear. It don't matter if we talking about makeup, hair, or clothes. Y'all don't care. I get it. Although you claim to want men, Somehow you refuse to listen to what we actually like or find attractive. Cool. It's just a stark contrast to how we operate, because this nigga's out here that wouldn't even brush their teeth if it wasn't for females. Back to Emem, I'm starting to believe that she may be getting the greatest edit in the history of this show. I, for one, was alarmed when Ikechi called her an asshole in front of her people. Like, damn, bro, where'd that come from? But in hindsight, maybe we just didn't see it. You know, maybe she was an asshole. Maybe she was talking down to him. Maybe she was bossy the whole time. I still stand by calling Ike a coward for not just coming out and saying, hey, I don't want you. But in so many ways, he did. And it can get frustrating when the other person just refuses to take the hint. But here we have her meeting with a nigga that she knew in the 5th grade. For context, the average 5th grader is 10 or 11 years old. So this is a nigga that you have not been around since you were, at most, 11 years old. And even then, y'all weren't like best friends. You just had a class together, you think? I want all of you to pause this video right now. Go to your Facebook app and delete it. Delete that shit right now. I got off Facebook over a decade ago because some things are just meant to stay in the past. Random 5th grade niggas should not have access to you in your 30s, man. Because if you're doing good in life and they down bad, as soon as they see your status change, this is what happens.
I met Brandon in the 5th or 6th grade. We were in the same class once. Where are you living at?
Right now, I'm staying on my sister's couch, going through a divorce. I basically walked 10 years in the wrong direction. I felt like I was just in the right car, just on the wrong street.
Y'all, I was on the floor laughing when he said that shit. This man is a professional survivor, and Emem is the perfect mark. I can't even be mad at bro, because going from your sister's couch to Emem's luxury apartment mid-divorce, it's a hell of a come up, man. Anxious to prove she can get a man, Emem has Carla and Camille over to flex.
It was easy for me to hop back on the horse. It was easy for me to get back out there. Yeah. Okay.
Things seem to be going normal at first, but then Brandon displays his complete inability to tuck in his thirst.
My last 2 years, probably the roughest 2 years I ever had. Everything was just falling apart. It was the darkest it could get. And now the light, I see light.
Was the light there before? It's
No.
just now.
No light, no hope, no future.
This nigga is parched. Somebody get Sprite on the line, because I ain't seen a nigga obey they thirst like this since the Grant Hill campaign.
Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
Count on Carla to say what we all thinking, though.
I'm sorry, but he has to have more light at the end of the tunnel than her. I could not. I was like, wait, so that's the only light you got? What are you bringing? Like, honey.
The next time we see them, they're meeting up with Emem's cousin.
Hey, man, what's up, bro? How you been, man? In a couple of years. Coming from, you know what I'm saying, what you tell me with your situation, her situation, that's a lot of questions in my head.
Now, he doesn't go as hard on Brandon as he did on Ikechi because he knows the guy. And I understand him, you know, wanting to stand up for his family and whatnot, but I need to know, like, does this nigga have mob ties in Chicago or something? After their conversation, this nigga proposes to Emem and she says yes. Never mind the fact that they're both still legally married. My boy didn't even have a ring. So they go to the jewelry store together and pick it out, and given the 2 kids plus his current living situation, I bet she paid for it.
I feel loved. I'm happy. I'm engaged.
Where are the experts? Where is that list of therapists she gave Ikechi? Somebody come help this lady. Production forces the group back together for Thomas's birthday, and nobody knows how to respond to the news because it's basically insane. During the meetup, David apologizes to Michelle, and Alan tells Madison that he doesn't need a one-on-one with her. Ike also shows up, and Brandon does the lamest shit ever.
How's it going, boss? I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you, man. Okay. How you doing, Brandon? You don't understand. I am Emem's fiance. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you, boss.
Brandon, what you doing, bro? This nigga does not care. To Ikechi, Emem is that old piece of furniture that you sat on the curb on bulk day. And Brandon, you are the nigga driving by in the pickup truck that grabbed it. I'm not calling her trash. That's just how much she means to Ikechi. He couldn't give a shit if he tried, bro. It's not a flex to him that you're wifing somebody he ain't even want to touch. They both look silly this whole scene to me. Like everybody else there is trying to carry on normal conversations. Meanwhile, you got Emem and Brandon over here on the couch. Speaking to the camera, Ike reminds us that he always felt like Emem just wanted to be married and it didn't matter who to. You can't argue against it. Now, that's actually the premise of this show, but still, this was a mess. And I loved every second of it. I will absolutely be reviewing the reunion, And now I get to watch everybody else's reviews after editing this because I can't get enough. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Appreciate y'all.
I came empty-handed, but I'm leaving with 3. Plus I made about a G, cause I made them tip me.